Alright, I said I was not going to be gone for a long time, and we clearly know that was cap, and I want to apologize, okay? I thought I was going to be, really consistent, and, stuff has happened. We have been posting on the main channel pretty consistently, but that's besides the point, okay? Today, I'm doing a freestyle episode just to get back to it, okay? I'm trying to get back to the groove like I was the last couple of episodes, and we took even longer break, which is not good. Anyway, let's first of all talk about the NCAA college basketball. I'm gonna go straight into it, okay? Straight freestyle. I have a script that I was trying to, put together these last couple of days or weeks at this point, but stuff has just come up, and so I couldn't really finish it. I was not happy with the finished product, so I was like, but let me just sit down and let's just talk. That's the most important part. Let's talk, communicate. If y'all don't know, the goal is to every episode has to be better than the one previous to that episode. You feel me? So next episode hopefully is going to be better than this episode and the one after, and you get the snowball effect. And then in 10 weeks we're going to look back at this episode and be like, yo, what were you talking about? Like, why am I doing it like this and not how I'm supposed to be doing it hopefully later on? If that makes sense, you get the idea. Just being consistent, getting these reps in. So, and by doing that, let me just speak to y'all, be transparent. I almost wanted like a perfect episode, which is not a bad thing to have, but like I kept redoing takes after take after take. So like I would waste these 20 minutes, like even like multiple times, or like even like hours of just me talking without me doing nothing, bro. Like I'm not doing nothing with the footage. So I deleted it, and now here we are. I'm gonna sit down. No matter what happens, I have to upload this. Okay, I'm gonna upload this, so we're gonna get straight to it. Now, originally when I wanted to record this episode, Iowa versus LSU was happening. Yes, that's how long ago it was, bro. That's how long I've been trying to record this. Let me just first of all say this, okay? I was pretty much a complete casual to NCAA basketball, men's and women's, and now I probably am a fan. I would say I'm a fan. Still a casual fan. I don't really know everybody on the rosters, but I definitely know much more than if you would have asked me like 3 weeks ago. I could have only said Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. That was it. I would be lying to you if I knew any other names. Which is that's bad on my part. Of course, as a basketball fan, I was always just on the NBA side, and I always like neglected the other side because let's face it, the college basketball stuff to keep up with those two fields is tough in general. Because you have to already know the entire NBA lineups, the teams, the college that they play for. Like, come on, okay, y'all gonna call me a casual as an NBA fan for not knowing where Anthony Davis went to college? Like, come on, let's be honest. Just think about how wild that is. To call somebody a casual over a small detail like this, okay? Like I don't really know where the greats went to college like this. I'm sorry, I don't really care but now I might start to care a little bit more. I'm still not going to be learning where everybody went to college. Maybe just a couple of players, because you just hear like around the league, like the news, like, oh yeah, these colleges have the most NBA players drafted and stuff like that. But come on. Like, let's stick to the basketball. Like, I'm looking at them playing on the NBA court, but I have to know what they did in college? Like, no. All I know is Patrick Beverly averaged 40, and that was in high school. So that's not even in college. It's not even related. Anyway, let's focus on the topic. So, NCAA, Iowa versus LSU. Everybody and their mom watched this game. Like, you watched the game probably, and I want to talk about it because it was really fun to watch. And I knew of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese before that year. That's when I first heard of both of them. Because I heard, Caitlin Clark, she shoots like Steph. She's going from the logo. And Angel Reese, like this dominant center. I think she's a center. Oh my goodness, I'm still a casual. I don't even know what position she plays. Never mind, y'all. Angel Reese is actually just a forward. And that's bad on my part. I told you I was a casual, so I don't really know too much right now. But I'm getting, I'm learning more and more every day. So from last year, only knew these two people. I didn't even know what teams they played for. That's how much of a casual I was. And I seen that was the championship game. And I saw Angel Reese doing the little taunt back at Caitlin Clark. And I saw the hate that she was getting even from last year. But I thought it was just nothing, that serious. The way that people have taken that narrative and even took it to this year. I thought it was just a one and done thing. Like, how an NBA player, for example, gets flamed for one game. Like, they played bad. And then next game they play good. And everybody just forgets about it. Like, I thought it was like that type of thing. But no, people, oh my God. Let me tell you about this word that I've been seeing for the last couple of weeks. Last couple of weeks while I've been, researching, looking at the highlights, looking at the players and stuff like this. The word class comes up whenever you talk about Angel Reese or Caitlin Clark. I think that's the majority. Like whenever you talk about these two, that word's always in between, and I hate that word so much. And it's classless, and I hate that word. It's so stupid because let me take y'all back. You know the story. All right, Caitlin Clark. That's a signature celebration from last year apparently, and she did it and then Angel Reese did it back to her when they won the championship. So she did this and she did this, and everybody lost it. But they were like, nah, that's disrespectful to the game, and she's classless. And it's like, what are y'all talking about? Did y'all not know that Caitlin Clark was the one who invented the celebration? So wouldn't it be classless of Caitlin Clark to do it? That was just a weird. It's probably not even like a basketball fans. It's just some weird racists or just weirdos in general. You know what I mean? Like, those are the people that we should not pay attention to. But I thought I saw it way too many times for me to just ignore it, especially in this year. I thought we left that last year, but nah, people just got to be weird, I guess. So it's really hypocritical because those are the same people who would probably praise Steph and all these other NBA players for doing their signature celebrations, but then when it comes to them, y'all want to switch up. That's weird to me. And let me give y'all an example. Let's say I wish I could, like, the thing is, you can't really speak to those people who say it's classless because they will never really give you the same energy that you're trying to give them. They will always respond with their own energy, with that hate, trying to negate every logical point that you have, and they will just keep bragging about their narrative. So there's no point in wasting your time trying to argue with these people. But I wanted to give an example for some people. Maybe there are some people who think that Angel Reese is classless, but want to hear something else. So let me say this. Steph in 2022 finals. This man in game 6, third quarter, by the way, the game is not over. He did this. He did the same thing Angel Reese did, and nobody said nothing. Bro, I have the picture saved on my phone. That's how badass it was when he did this. He looked at the crowd, bro. He's not even talking to one person. He's talking to every Boston fan. He's like, yo, give me this ring right now. Give me your ring. That's what he said. And everybody loved it. But when Angel Reese did its classes, stop it. Come on. Yeah, I better keep that same energy. But we all know they don't even watch basketball. So let's move on from this topic. And let's talk about something else that was classless. That was actually classless. Let me actually tell you what the word is supposed to be used for. For this article, that was insane. I've never seen this before. I thought this was like a fake article at first. You probably have seen this from the New York Times. It was like the Iowa versus LSU article. And it was talking about some like LSU being dirty, them being classless. That damn word popped up again. And the fact that LSU is apparently dividing the sport. Like, what are you talking about? I looked at this dude's, like, how can the New York Times even allow that? Like, I thought the New York Times had like this reputation where like only the elite reporters or journalists could publish stuff on there, but nah. After that article, I'm not trusting anything from the New York Times. Not that I was looking for New York Times articles anyway. It's just something that I did not think that was like, bro, this is something I would see. This is something you would probably have seen like earlier, you know what I mean? Like in those type of times, but this is 2024. This is not those times. Like, what are we, man? That dude was so weird. I hope this dude never writes another article. Like, nobody's going to read it anyway. Nobody's going to, pay attention to it. And we have wasted all this time talking about everything but the game, specifically. Now, Iowa LSU, I did not think, I had low expectations. I'll be honest with y'all. I didn't really expect anything too crazy. I expected some logo shots, some, back and forth. Just a good basketball game, but like not too crazy, if that makes sense. So it definitely exceeded expectations. I was surprised because the thing is, when I went into this game, when I watched the highlights, I didn't watch the full game. Again, casual over here. I watched the highlights. I thought it was going to be Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese dominating the whole first to fourth quarters, and that's what's going to happen. I was like, okay, well, that's going to be cool. But nah, the way I've discovered new players, the way I actually think some other players are way doper. Because the thing is, when you discover like these new players, they all have like different just attributes basically. Like it's just fun to see how everybody shines. And I didn't see that before. That's bad on me. I got to keep saying that. Because, bro, I seen Flau'jae Johnson when she hit the little 360 spin layup. I was like, what the fuck? That was way harder than I've ever seen. Nobody has even talked about this. How have I not seen this until now? And so that's bad on my part for sleeping. I was sleeping, man. Bro, nah. The whole game was really good. And then the center, what was her name? Morrow, I think. Morrow, that from LSU, she was getting every rebound. Angel Reese was dominating in the first half. And then, of course, Caitlin Clark was killing Haley Van Lith. The fact that I even know so many names, bro, that's already pretty good. I know that's not a lot of names. It's like the basic names. But y'all get what I'm saying, bro. We're learning. So, really good game. Unfortunately, LSU lost. I didn't want to root for nobody because I like both Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. Ended up liking even more players because now I know a lot of the LSU roster. I don't really know too many people on the Iowa roster. if I'm being honest. Then there was another game that I had to check out for sure. It was the UConn versus the USC game. Okay, I got the teams right at least. It was the Elite Eight, and it was Juju Watkins, Paige Beckers. Those were the two that I had to look up. I looked at the game because I heard Juju Watkins' name like here and there, but I never watched one highlight, never knew about Paige Beckers as well, and the entire UConn team. That game was fire. And then I just went into a deep dive and watched all these highlights from their previous games last year and this year, and it's just like, bro, I'm in it now, bro. Okay, I'm still a cat. Like I said, I don't know too much, but I'm in it. You feel me? Like, not like last year where I was not even looking at it, basically. Which is like the impact. I love the fact that this side of basketball is growing, because I was really ignorant and I was not even watching it. Like, from the men's and women's perspective, like I was not watching no college basketball because I thought, you know what, bro, they're gonna go into the NBA or WNBA and they're gonna dominate there. That's what I thought. But then you missed out on pretty good games, competitive games in college. All that to say is I'm glad that the impact of the NCAA tournament has been insane. Like, there's been like 15 million people plus watching the women's championship game. And I'm not going to lie to y'all, there were no NBA games for the men's championship game. But I'm willing to bet that if there were NBA games during that championship game, I think the women's championship game might have been watched more, if that makes sense. Because while the women's championship game was, the NCAA was going on, the Mavericks were playing the Rockets, the Clippers were playing the Cavs, and I think there was another game going on at the same time. So those were two bangers going on at the same time, as well as the women's championship game. And then when men's championship game was around, there were no NBA games. Bro, it's 18 million people that watched that championship game. I was one of them. I actually tuned into the whole game. And I saw Caitlin Clark, chuck up those insane. It was literally her versus the world. And it was so funny because they were actually playing in Cleveland. And she really looked like LeBron 2018. She had to chuck up so many shots because her bench had 0 points. Like, that's unacceptable. The fact that they even made it to the finals, to the final championship game with what is this bench, bro? What I like about the NCAA tournament, and especially the teams, is how everybody's involved. It doesn't really feel like nobody is just dominating for a long period of time. It might be like, okay, Caitlin Clark might be overtaken in one quarter, but then the team might step in the second quarter. Now, that didn't happen really in the championship game, but I'm talking about like South Carolina. Camila Cardoso, she's like the the main, I would say, the star of that whole team. But she had a dominant game. She had like 18 rebounds, but like only like 15 points. But that's pretty good. That doesn't mean she had to score as much, but she made plays, everything. Like, she did everything else. You know what I'm saying? Like, she would give up the scoring just maybe like her other teammates, which is a good thing, of course. And I'm just glad that, this is like a team sport. I thought it was just more selfish. Maybe that's just me. Especially seeing Caitlin Clark chuck up so many shots, but she had to do that. That was so crazy to see. And the thing is, I only caught like the third and fourth quarter because I couldn't watch the first two. And I'm pretty sure they're going to use the offseason to work on their moves and just improve their skill set for the WNBA, because I'm pretty sure. Hold on, let me tell you my ball knowledge. Okay, so we got number one pick. I know it's off the top of my head. I got no tabs open, all right? Listen, top of my head, right? We got Caitlin Clark going to the Indiana Fevers. We're going to be Indiana Fevers fan. Like, we're going to be I'm going to pick so many teams in the WNBA. I'm going to be watching WNBA, especially when they two play against each other, like Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark in the WNBA. And then they got Cameron Brink as well. Who they got? They got Camila Cardoso is there as well. I think Flau'jae Johnson is still in college, so she's not going to the WNBA. So we're gonna root for her as well. I don't think Paige is going yet, so we're gonna root for her as well. Hey man, listen, it's good hoops regardless, and I'm happy that people came together to watch this type of basketball, because it has been hated on for so many years. I've seen it. Every time I've seen like an ESPN post about women's basketball, somebody, like, they'd be trolling in the comments talking about well, we don't care, let's talk about something else, and then let's talk about the NBA. And it's like, dog, why can't people just move on with their day? They were really hating on that, but I'm glad now the narrative is changing now. Shout out to, it's not just Caitlin Clark, it's people who came before Caitlin Clark. That's what people got to realize, because people keep saying that they're like, she's like, mad, she's like Larry Bird, and Angel Reese is like Magic, but you also got to realize who came before them. So they kind of set the tone, which is dope. And it's weird to see people hate on her because they're jealous like this, but it's going to happen regardless. When you make like an impact like she had, or like the both of them had, it's going to become with a lot of hate. But just keep it basketball related. Like, I don't want to hear this classist type stuff. Like, stop it, bro. Nobody's flagrant fouling nobody out the court, or, and if they are, it's just, it's not going to be Draymond Green type of fouls, bro. I'm sorry, bro. People are still defending Draymond Green. But then they're going to call Angel Reese classes. Like, look at the doubles, bro. Look at the hypocrisy. Anyway, shout out to NCAA in general. Y'all been doing y'all thing. Now let's go over to the NBA. Last time y'all saw me, I was happy. I was talking about the Mavs. They were on a roll. They went from the 8th seed to now they're the 5th seed, bro. They're 2 games behind us. This is not good, bro. I have to see them in the first round. And look at their record, y'all. They have a better record than the Bucks. And now, if you don't know where the Bucks are 2nd in the East. It's just crazy how the West is just so much more intense. Like, the race is wild there. But it's just so much fun to watch, though. The play-in tournament, if you're still hating on that, I don't know what to tell you. Because before, it would be like, yeah, the 9 and 10 seed, they're done for sure. Like, they have no chance to make the playoffs, or the 8 seed as well. Like, you're there for a reason. But I don't think that's the case in the West, at least. So I don't know about the East. The East is different because, you got the Bulls there. You got the Hawks. Those are like those mid teams right now. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Like, even if they're not going to go past the first round. It's not going to happen, okay? This is not a Jimmy Butler type situation unless the Heat, when the Heat are in the play-in, that's a different situation, okay? But I don't expect the Hawks or the Bulls to go on that type of run. Just keeping it, quite honest. I don't think DeMar DeRozan might turn on that Jimmy Butler, but I'll be surprised if he does because that'll be better for the Clippers once we see them in the finals, but it doesn't matter. That's a whole nother discussion. So let's keep it on the play-in, right? The play-in right now in the West, we got, I think the Suns are there. The Lakers are there. The Warriors are there. Who's the 4th team? I forgot. That doesn't matter. I think it might be the Pelicans, right? I think so. So anyway, those teams all have a real playoff, contention. They could do anything, bro, in the playoffs. Anything can happen. And I really, truly think that that's because of the play-in. Now imagine if the playoffs didn't have the play-in. That's not good, bro. Because by the time that it's April 9th, the last 4 games of the season, everybody is watching. You know why? Because everything can still change. Now, if the play-in wasn't there, people would have been like, okay, well, we know who the playoffs, we know what the teams are. We know what the matchups are going to look like. So I'm just going to take off. Nobody's going to watch the NBA. Boom. Ratings are dropping. Adam Silver said, no, sir. We're going to keep y'all interested from the start to the finish. In-season tournament, banger. Let's go. Play-in, banger. It's going to be pure cinema. Win or lose home situation. Win or go home situation. Like, hell yeah. I'm going to watch this, bro. And it's going to be teams that I don't care about. I have not watched a single Hawks and Bulls games if they have not played the Clippers. That might be a casual take to you. I've said this word so many times today, but that might be a casual take to you. But let's be honest, they don't really interest me like this. So those 2 teams, when they go at it in the play-in, I'm going to be watching. I'm going to be interested in seeing, okay, who's going to advance to the next round? Who's going to play the Heat or the Sixers in the next couple of games? And are they going to pull an upset? You never know what's going to happen. If the play-in didn't exist, the Heat might have been out of the playoffs. That's how crazy it would have been. Okay, we got Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic going insane, looking like Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan. And they're the 5th seed. We're gonna meet them in the first round. And the thing is, y'all have been seeing how I've been glazing Kyrie Irving these last couple of weeks. Now I have to see him in the first round, and it's like, bro, I want to root for both. But I'm gonna be rooting for the Clippers, of course, because that's what I've been pushing for the last year and a half. And it's like, no, like, am I nervous going up against the Mavs? The thing is, you got to realize, like, who are they gonna have to face? Like, who's going to guard Doncic? Who's going to guard Kyrie? We're going to let both of them score. That's cool. For me, it's just about the bench and the bigs for the Mavs. They are going to be a problem because I don't think Zubac can contain them. I don't think Plumlee can. I don't think Tice can. I don't know, bro. It's going to be tough. They're going to get a couple of lobs. Luka's going to do what he does. I think Russell Westbrook can lock up Kyrie. That might be a hot take, but he can keep him to an efficient 25 points. And then Luka he'll get his 40. But the thing is, if you limit those passes, it's just the people around Kyrie and Luka are going to be the most important ones. That's maybe obvious to you, but just think about it. If our bench has more energy and more spark to them, then we can beat the Mavs. That's really the most important thing. It has to be on Coffee, Powell, Russ, who else? PJ Tucker, I guess. Like, oh no, PJ Tucker's going to get put on Luka. I can already see it. Oh no, do not do this, T-Lou. I'm already, no. Well, I'm already in playoff mode, bro. This can't be happening. I can already see it. Luka's going to hit a step back 3 over PJ Tucker in the second quarter. Oh no, please don't let this happen. Please don't. Put Russ on him, man. I'm talking to future T-Lou. If you see this, T-Lou, I promise you, Russ can lock up stuff. He can be first team all defense. Y'all have seen it throughout the entire season, getting these steals, interrupting passing lanes. He can do that. He's actually playing really good defense. And every time I see him, when he gets, when people are sizing him up, they always pass the ball, usually. Like 90% of the time, they usually pass it out. Or they make a lucky shot. So, I'm scared about the Mavs. We don't get cooked by Kyrie and Luka for a little bit. But it's just what we provide, we can push back. We came down 26 against the Cavs. Won, against the Nets, down 20. Came back. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just saying anything can happen. PG, you have to be on your bully as well, bro. Like, the playoffs cannot be here any sooner. But it's the fact that we're in April already, like, can you even imagine this? I thought we were still like, I'm still in that like January type of mode where I'm like, oh yeah, we have 3 more months left. But in 3 more months, we're going to be celebrating the championship. We don't get that ring, open up the new Intuit Dome. Hopefully. The entire playoff talk will come, soon enough once the playoffs are actually here. Because right now it doesn't really make any sense because anything can still happen. The standings can still change. We might get the 3 seed. Who knows? We might get on a 4-game winning streak. OKC might lose all 4. We might move up to the 3 seed. Now we got another matchup. So I don't really know what to say. But it's most likely going to be the Mavs unless they just decide to lose every game. So I'm just nervous. That's all I want to say. Next topic. Now, this is not really sports related in general, but it's technically a sport. We're talking about, rap, hip hop, beef. You all know what Kendrick Lamar said on Like That on Metro's album, which was really, really, it was fire. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. If y'all don't know, I'm the biggest J. Cole fan. I'm there. Yeah. What's up? Y'all want to get y'all jokes out? Talk about he apologized, stuff like this. Listen, let me first of all say, when Kendrick Lamar dropped his diss, I guess, which really was just saying, "Oh, I'm better than y'all." That's what he said. He said, "F the big 3, it's just big me." And then the majority of the shots were directed towards Drake, and a little bit of Cole. So I expected, as a Cole fan, I expected J. Cole to respond like he usually do. But I even talked to my friends. I was like, even if J. Cole does respond, what will he say? Because he has been praising Kendrick for so many years. So it would only make sense if it was friendly competition type stuff, type lyrics. But how do you do this when you go against Kendrick, who you don't really know what type of lyrics he might pull out? But the thing is, Cole has, at least I would think, some type of dirt on Kendrick. It's not really dirt, but if y'all have seen an interview with Narwhal where he basically said, "Yo, I put you on." Narwhal asked him, he was like, "Did you tell Dr. Dre about Kendrick?" So, hey, I thought maybe if J. Cole wanted to do a beef with Kendrick, he might pull that type of stuff out. But and then he came out with the 7-minute drill, which, if you don't know what that is, it basically means he would sit down for 7 minutes, I think it was every day, to write a really, really good verse that he would feel comfortable releasing. So yeah, he did that in 7 minutes, by the way. And he dropped it, and I was like, I didn't really know how to feel about it. Like, everybody was hating on it. I was like, yeah, it's just a warning. Like, it wasn't too bad. It was really friendly shots. But then he was like, yeah, his whole discography was, he was basically breaking down his discography, calling it weak. And I was like, that's just cap. Like, he doesn't believe that. Like, I was like, there's nothing to gain from this for J. Cole. Like, unless, the thing is, bro, people have been twisting this narrative, talking about hey, I don't care, bro. The narrative is not that J. Cole is scared of Kendrick. I don't care what you tell me, bro. If J. Cole hated Kendrick, if J. Cole was not cool with Kendrick, brother, Kendrick would be getting destroyed lyrically from J. Cole right now. I stand on that. I don't care what you tell me, bro. What you mean? He didn't even apologize for nothing. He just said, "Bro, I just don't believe in the words that I've said on 7-minute drill." That's why he wanted to delete the song, because he's like, nah, that's not even true what I said. I don't even feel that way. Why am I even releasing this song? So he had literally this thinking going on in his mind, like, okay, yeah, these thoughts of like, yeah, no, this ain't me. This is just weird. Like, he didn't really feel like he was just being, he was being weird. It almost felt like he was clout chasing. That's my headcanon, okay? Now, even if he was cool with Kendrick, listen, I have a theory. If he was cool with Kendrick, but he still decided to diss him, I think if J. Cole did not use his discography as a way to diss him, he wouldn't have apologized, because he knew what he said was cap. I was like, there's no way you think T-Pap is boring, but let's just be honest. I love Kendrick, but J. Cole's the GOAT, right? But I can acknowledge both. Like, I love both. So even when they were both, before even J. Cole responded, like, I was still enjoying both of their music. I was just picking a side, obviously, because it's my favorite rapper. It's like when your favorite team goes against your second favorite player. Like, you're gonna root for your favorite team, but you're gonna respect the other side. Like, it makes sense. It's not even like bad blood or something like this. But I get it why J. Cole probably, he said on his apology, like, yeah, people would just want to see blood. I'm like, yeah, I guess. No, that's not, like, it's tough to defend that, bro. Like, it's tough to defend that apology, if I'm being honest. Like, for me, it's just that the fact that the narrative is now switched. J. Cole is scared. J. Cole can't rap. He should never be in the top 3. Oh, J. Cole got scared by Kendrick. And it's like, oh my God, bro. If y'all knew what he would do to him, bro. Oh, I just want another like good rapper. Low key, this would be a good beef, okay? If Tory Lanez dissed J. Cole. And I don't know how J. Cole feels about Tory Lanez, but let's say he didn't like him. I don't know why I'm using Tory Lanez. Now I know why, because I saw a video of somebody talking about Tory Lanez versus J. Cole and how that would be a good lyrical beef. So, the lyrical battle between, I just want to see J. Cole destroy somebody on the mic. That's all I want to see. But I think J. Cole doesn't want to put on no fake persona, bro. Because that's not him, bro. Like, it's not him. Why would I diss Kendrick when I've been praising this dude all my career? The only chance that J. Cole might diss Kendrick is if Kendrick responds on some disrespectful type of timing. It's kind of like how Cell was with Gohan. I'm saying like Kendrick is Cell and he's like, yo, I'm about to kill everybody. You better turn up. And imagine if Kendrick samples J. Cole's apology as a diss track and then goes in on him. Like, I'm talking disrespectful. But then you could also be like, okay, that has some consequences outside of rap. They might just demolish the relationship, which that would be the worst case scenario because I'm still waiting on the collab album. That was the whole thing I wanted, bro. And instead we have him throwing these shots and J. Cole apologizing, ruining his status as a legend. Damn it, bro. He ruining his reputation, bro. And the fans, we're in shambles, bro. And it's so weird. I gotta, talk about these weirdos. Because y'all are some D-writers, okay? I'm glazing myself, but the fact that the same people who were like, yeah, Kendrick is done after this round, because when J. Cole dropped the 7-minute drill, people were praising that, talking about some, yeah, what you got, these shots gonna hit you, and stuff like this. And then once J. Cole apologized, they were like, nah, bro, he's just too humble, man. Why we gotta see beef? Like, it's just the double standard. It's funny to me. I don't know. Regardless, I don't know if J. Cole's gonna respond ever to Kendrick, or maybe this is like a master plan for the album. Maybe they got like some collab. Who knows? I don't know, man. I don't know what the plan is, bro. Please, I just hope Kendrick doesn't sample the apology. That's all I'm really scared of. So the fact that he said he was not going to respond means he's going to take any punch that Kendrick is going to throw. So I just hope he doesn't do it. And I'm not too worried about Drake right now. Like, I never really cared about his response because I'm not going to lie to you, bro. He cannot keep up with them lyrically. Both of them. No, sir. Please move on. Drake, I need you to stop. But I don't know, man. It has been a tough week for Cole fans. Especially because I was so excited when this whole beef dropped. But like when you think about it, like what is Cole gonna say to Kendrick? What are you gonna like? That's me going at Russell Westbrook. Like, bro, I've been praising this dude like for the whole time I've been on YouTube and even before that. That's how much like I have respect for him. Now imagine if I come out and be like, yo, nah, I hate this dude. Like, that doesn't even make any sense. I would not even feel that way. Why you got us looking like this? I gotta defend you like I'm your lawyer or some shit. Oh no, man! I'm still gonna listen to his album and stuff like this. It's not gonna hit the same when you say you're the best rapper, but then when somebody tested you, you didn't even say nothing. Now I understand why he did it. He said, rap aside, that doesn't make any sense for him to go at somebody he likes. That's like you dissing your best friend almost. Like, it doesn't really make any sense. As from the standpoint of hip hop, it makes sense because he dissed you first, or maybe because J. Cole, you dissed him first. When you said, we the big three, like we started the league, but right now I feel like Muhammad Ali. That's what you said. And then other shots, subliminal shots, and then now you say you apologize. But hey, like I said before, if y'all peeped, the argument, I don't think he would have apologized if he didn't diss his discography. If he would have said something that he actually believed in his heart, that's not too, out of line when we talk about rap. And this thing is like, when you go into a battle, like, what are the boundaries? Like, there's no boundaries in rap battle. So it's like, what are we talking about? So I don't really know. But I don't think he would have apologized, bro, if you talked about any other topic than the discography. Something that he actually believed in his heart. We would have been talking about Kendrick round 2. But now it's like, oh yeah, Kendrick won. These other people are scared. All right, I think that's going to wrap up today's episode. Really, really concise today. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get back on track. And I only had a script for the WNBA NCAA section. That was really the only thing that was in the script. Because I kept trying to write the script and I just was failing, putting off the podcast or whatever this is. This is episode 4. I didn't even mention it in the title, but that's how much stuff has been going on. Okay, I've been so all over the place. I've been trying to get back on the on the grind, trying to focus. And J. Cole, why J. Cole? But anyway, it doesn't matter. He's still the GOAT. It's still a bit shaky though. Now it's kind of like a GOAT with asterisks, almost like those championships. That was like those Kevin Durant championships. That's no knock to KD. That it's still a championship regardless. But you get what I'm saying. But you're the greatest team ever, and then you do that anyway. That has nothing to do with this. I'm yapping. I love y'all. I'm gonna see y'all next time. And don't forget, Clippers in 5. See y'all in the playoffs.